Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Magehammer's Game Table, where tonight I'm continuing my series featuring this character, Danger Devil. He is a character who, as a young child, was blinded by a magical stone that also enhanced all his other senses, giving him kind of an ultra sense. And he became a magister of the law in Northgate, and by day and by night he becomes Danger Devil, a masked vigilante. Recently he has encountered an old love of his, and she is in trouble, and I encourage you to go back and watch the other episodes to kind of see exactly what that situation is. And this series is going to be using my Delves and Dangers Rules Light Fantasy role-playing game that I designed. If this looks like a game system that you'd like to try out, you can do that at the link in the description below up at itch.io. It's a pay what you want download. And so with that, I'm going to jump right into it. So Thu, or Danger Devil, and Shaktra have made their way. They went to ground after the attack at the temple of Tristan, and so they have now made their way on the advice of one of his former mentors, Therese, to find Ricardo Reed, a wizard who may be able to help shield Shaktra from the League of Shadowfingers, a group of assassins that is hunting her down. So they went to ground, and in the early morning, they use Danger Devil's Boots of Leaping to leap through a window into one of the top levels of Ricardo Reed's building. They saw a light on, so they figured that somebody was there, and they jumped in, they broke through the window, they rolled to their feet, and here they are. Now, Danger Devil is going to make a roll to see if he can detect heartbeats in the area. And he gets a lot of successes and 2 exploding dice. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's a pretty good difficulty level. So he realizes that there's only 1 heartbeat right now on this level, and about 2 levels down there are some heartbeats, but they are in resting mode, so they may be sleeping. But there is a heartbeat on this level. With the light on, their suspicions were done. They hear chanting. He hears chanting with this. He goes, "Someone's casting a spell." And so we're going to do that real quick. So somebody casts a spell. All right. All right. So, okay. So now they make their way stealthily into the building here. Let's see if they can make that stealth check. Danger Devil, it has a 3 agility, and he's gonna add his proficiency dice, which is 2 dice actually now. So he gets 4 successes. And then Shaktra also has 4 dice. She only gets 2 successes and makes some noise. A man, this thing is like a big bulbous like construction, almost like some kind of I guess ship, for the lack of a better word. And out from behind that ship peeks a man who says, "Intruders, I will warn you now that you must leave this premises. You are not welcome here." "But wait, no, leave now." And he shoots a spell, and it is Lightning Streak. And he shoots it down between the 2 of them, so that they possibly could be hurt by the residual. So I'm going to give them 1 extra point to their agility resistance, because the spell goes against that. And he is only going to spend, well, he gets, he's got a pretty good casting roll because he's fairly high level. He's just going to spend 2 casting points. So that's quite a few dice. And not great. The lightning shoots between them. They dodge out of the way. 2, 4, 6. I added 1 to their agility resistance, and they had 5 agility resistance each, so that makes it 6 for this particular attack. And that they both jump to the side, and they take no damage. And now it is initiative. So they have to roll 2 successes to go before him. They each roll 2. She even has an exploding die, but still, yeah. So they go before he does. And Danger Devil's like, please stop. We're not here to harm you. I'm sorry for the intrusion, but if we had entered any other way, we could have been in trouble. Or people could have, we're here for we need your help. Please, lady, stay away from that glowing portal. Why? You do not want to touch it. Okay. So she backs away. All right, I'm willing to hear you out. Therese sent us. Therese. Yes, I've had some dealings with Therese in the past. Yes, well, anyway, we really need your help. You see, my friend here, Shaktra, she has fell afoul of a League of Assassins, and they are trying to kill her. And we need some way to shroud her from their view. Well, I don't have anything. I have a spell that could shroud her for a time, but that's about it. I don't have any items that would be able to do that currently. Oh, yes, we need something more permanent than a spell. Yes, well, there is. And then as he says that, mist flies around. Oh no, they found us. Mist flies around the room, and figures appear in the mist. They found us. What is the meaning of this? So many people breaking into my laboratory. Oh, this needs to stop. Please leave now. And now we're going to go back to initiative. I'm going to have Ricardo roll his own initiative. Ricardo gets an exploding die, so he will go before the enemy. And both Shaktra and Danger Devil will also be going before the enemy. So, archers! So he's going to... He moves up on this assassin and attacks with his fighting sticks. Ooh. Quite a few pretty decent successes, but 2 exploding dice. Turned into nothing. So that is 6. So he does 2 damage to one of the assassins. All right. So that's his attack. Shaktra, her eyes widen, and she goes, oh, they've sent Slither. That's right, my dear. They sent the best. And so she immediately moves on to him. We'll see who's the best. And she moves on him and attacks with her sai. Stab, stabby. She's not holding back. This guy is dangerous. So that is 7 successes. He has an agility resistance of 5, so that's 2 damage to him. All right. Then that's her attack. And Ricardo, Reed. I don't like this at all. He is going to cast... He already has magic armor up. He's thinking of doing magic images, but instead he doesn't know what to do. See, comes over here by this equipment and is going to shoot a lightning streak at these 2 archers. And he's going to spend 2 more power points. Yeah. He's already rolling 12 dice because of his level and skill. And then 2 more. They have an agility resistance. They are the assassins, which are basically monks. Their agility resistance is 4. Whoa. Lightning shoots between the 2 of them. And they end up with 4 exploding dice. And that turns into just 1 extra success. 3, 6, 9, 10. They take 6 damage each, which is enough to fell them both. So they both fall to the ground. I told you to leave, and I meant it. And now the enemies attack. So these 2 assassins move on Danger Devil, both rolling 6 dice attacks. And the red one definitely missed, and the gray one got all successes and 2 exploding dice. Ooh, 2, 4, 6, 8. So, oof. Just as a side note, those of you that watched the last episode, before they left, Therese used her healing stone to heal up their damage. So he took 8 minus 5. He takes 3 damage. Danger Devil takes 3 damage. Okay. And then the other one missed. And then the hobgoblins. This guy doesn't like the look of the wizard, so he basically charges the wizard and swings his massive sword at him. And gets an exploding die. So that is 3, 6, 7. His armor, his magic armor right now is at 4, so he takes 3 damage. And then this guy attacks Shaktra. 7 dice. Oh, 4 exploding dice. That was a solid blow. This hobgoblin wielding this massive sword. Wow. Okay, so that's a lot. 3, 6, 9, 10. Minus her agility resistance of 5 is 5 damage. Ouch. She takes 5 damage. Ugh. Now Slither. Slither has a like a snake-like whip-ish kind of weapon. And so he, at this close quarter, he snaps the head of it at her, and it also snaps at her as well. So here's the attack with that. He gets, I have him at 8 dice with that too. Oof. So 3 exploding dice. All right. So that is 3, 6, 7. She has an agility distance of 5, so she takes 2 damage, but he activates the poison in it. She takes, what did I say? 2, 4, 6. Number 7, let's say minus 5, 2. So she takes 2 damage, but now she has to make a strength resistance roll or take extra damage. So her strength actually is pretty tough. She took strength as one of her resistances. So she gets 5 dice, and she has to make a DL 3 or take extra damage. And she gets it. She actually got 4 successes, so she avoids the poison damage. All right, so now that brings us to initiative. All right, so Shaktra, she gets 2 exploding dice, so she'll go, but Ricardo Reed goes after, but Danger Devil and Chakra go before. So Danger Devil is going to keep working on the one he injured before, and he's going to use his fighting sticks. He's concentrating all of his attacks on one guy in the hopes of taking him down to be able to concentrate on the other one. All right, pretty good results. He gets 3 exploding dice. Okay, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. The guy has a resistance of 4, and so that's 5 damage, which is enough to drop him. So he drops him to the ground. Just one opponent left there. Chakra attacks Slither. She's going to have to ignore the Hobgoblin with the big sword because Slither is too much of a threat. You should never have betrayed us, my dear. Don't call me that. Why not? I trained you. And so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right. She stabs at Slither with her sai. Oof. Ew. Well, I guess it's not terrible. 1 exploding die. Yeah. All right, so that is 2, 4, 6, 8. He has a resistance of 6, so he takes 2. No, resistance of 5, so he takes 3 damage. You cannot resist us. We shall kill you eventually. And so now, it's their attack and then Ricardo Reed. So the attack on Danger Devil, exploding die. So it's 4, doesn't get past his resistance. And then we're going for 5. Actually, wait, what was that? Oh, well. Missed. Then 7 dice on Ricardo Reed. That is 3, 4. Not enough. His armor is 4, so it does not break through his magical armor. The big guy attacks Chakra. Not great. Oop, maybe it's going to turn great. Nope, 4 successes, not enough to get past her agility. And then Slither. He gets 8 diced. Snaps with that snake-headed thing. That's 3, 6. So that is enough to break through for 1 more point of damage, but enough to get her to have to make another DL3 save with a 5 strength resistance, and she does it. So the poison does not affect her. I trained you well, my dear. And then but apparently not well enough. And now Ricardo Reed is going to, he's just going to magic bolt this guy in front of him. And he gets 2 exploding dice. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8. The resistance of this thing, its resistance is only 2, so it takes 6 damage. They are not ninja, they are muscle. So he's wearing armor and his agility, but the spell is against agility resistance. So, all right. So now back to initiative. Okay. Chakra is after. Ricardo Reed is going before, as is Danger Devil. So Danger Devil is going to try to take down his opponent. No exploding dice. But 2, 4, 6, 7 against his resistance of 4 is 3 damage. But he has not been previously damaged. So he's going to use a danger die to try to drop him. And he does. They are called daring dice. I know I keep saying danger dice. They are daring dice. Maybe when I play them in Delves and Dangers, they're danger dice. Sure, why not? I don't know, but the daring dice is a better term. Okay, anyway, he does enough damage to drop his opponent, and then heads over to help Shaktra. All right. Daring dice, daring dice, daring dice. All right, so that guy's down. Okay, so that was his action. Now it's her action. She is going to stab at Slither again with her sai. And she gets 1 exploding die. 2, 4, 6. And that's enough to do 1 damage to Slither. All right. Then... Oh, wait. She was supposed to go after. Okay, that's not a big problem. We'll have Ricardo Reed go. He's going to blast this guy again for another magic bolt right to the face. Ugh. That was not great. 4, 2 agility resistance is only 2 more damage. That is not enough to take this guy down. All right, now they'll attack, then Shaktra was supposed to attack, but oh well. It didn't really matter too much in the combat. So she takes 7 dice from the Hobgoblin Muscle and gets an exploding die. So that is 2, 4. That's not enough to get to her agility resistance. The other one attacks Ricardo Reed. Man, that was a horrible roll. He only got 2 successes, nowhere near enough to get through his magic armor. And then Slither... he's going to try to restrain her with the snake whip this time. So he has to score a hit. So looks like he's going to do that. Yeah, so that's 2, 4, 6, 7 successes. So that is 2 more damage to her. And then she has to make a DL3 agility resistance roll to be able to avoid being restrained by it. And she also gets 5 dice to that as well. Oof, exploding die. So she just barely made it. So she avoids being entwined in that thing, but took some damage. All right, so that brings us to initiative. All right, Danger Devil, Shaktra, and Ricardo Reed all go before their opponents. All right. Here we go. Ricardo Reed, Magic Bolt. You'll go down someday. Ooh, I think he's gonna go down now. Ooh, 5 exploding dice. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, 3 more exploding dice. He's not messing around. Whoo. That's a critical hit, folks. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. On an agility resistance 2, that's 15 damage. Heck, he probably would have felled a dragon with the power of that magic bolt. So that guy goes down. And he moves forward a bit. Danger Devil, stay away from the gate. And so it is now, I lost track, so we'll go to initiative. I think they got their attacks in, so yeah, it's fine. Ugh. Oh wait, I think we rolled initiative and that he was first attack, so never mind, let me take that back. All right, so anyway, so Shaktra is kind of trying to, without breaking combat, trying to maneuver away from the Hobgoblin so she can focus on Slither. And so she attacks with her sai, and she gets a exploding die. So we got 4, 6, 8, 9. And Slither has resistance of 5, so that's 4 more damage on Slither. Ooh, he felt that one. And then, let's see. Danger Devil is going to leap over this guy and try to whip him into the gate. So he does the leap, no problem. Then he grabs the guy and he's going to try to maneuver him into the gate. Now, I'm going to say he's allowed to use his agility here because he is actually trying to counterbalance the guy instead of actually trying to strength, like literally strength and throw him. So he's going to try a throw, but using agility. So he gets 3 and 2 proficiency dice. Now, the strength of the hobgoblin is 3. And since he is a trained fighter, I'm going to make that a 4 DL4. So he needs to get 4 successes to do what he wants to do. And right now he's got 3. Oh, and I rolled Shaktra's dice, not his. And he gets 4 successes. So he basically whips this guy, uses momentum against him. The guy hits in the gate and disappears. Oh, at least it wasn't you. What's beyond that? What's beyond that gate? I'll tell you later. And then so we're in initiative. Or no. Slither. Slither is like, I need to kill you. But I think today is not the day. And then he touches a amulet at his chest and he mists away and disappears. And then as does the bodies of all the other attackers as per usual. I can't believe this violence you've brought to my door. I'm so sorry. I'm desperate. I can tell. Here, let me cast Shroud upon you, and that will block you that will keep you from their prying eyes for a number of hours. About half a day, but I still have to cast it. Please come here, my child. Okay. All right, so he makes his roll easily, and he says, yes, for about half a day, you shall be invisible. But I suggest, but wait 1 second, Ricardo. What is this thing, this gate? Well, you see, I have been doing experiments, and I've managed to create a spell that opens a gate to another universe, if you can believe it. That sounds dangerous. It can be, my dear, but it could also be quite exciting. I am an explorer. I plan on taking my family through that gate in this ship right here. I call it the Fantastic Ship, and I'm going to use it to take my family, and we are going to go through the gate and explore on the other side, for that gate is stable and will stay open. I've sent some magical probes through, and it is basically space. And it's like, there's no planet, there's no people, it's just stars. So we're going to explore that place, and I cannot wait. I'm very excited. Well, not my idea of fun, but you enjoy your journey. But I can't thank you enough, Ricardo, for helping us out. Is there anything else you can do? Well, I have heard of an amulet that has a permanent shroud spell upon it, much like the one I have cast upon you, my dear. A competitor of mine, a competing wizard, he is not as pleasant as I am, but I heard that he created an amulet for a local crime boss, so that the crime boss could avoid the scrying eyes of the Northgate Guardians. What's his name? His name is Torvik Mood. Torvik Mood, got it. And this crime boss Well, let's just say they call him the king. The king. Yes. All right. So, the way I'm looking at it, we have two options. We can go and ask Torvik Mood to make us an amulet, which is a very lengthy process, by the way. It takes a month or so, at least. And that's if he'll even do it for you. Yes. Or we can track down this king crime lord and take his amulet for our own. Yes, but that may be a bit complicated, as the king is well protected by his own cronies and wizards. Say he even has a cleric on his payroll. And he even owns some of the guardians in the watch. Ugh. I think I have heard of him. I think I know exactly who he is. He is very dangerous. Yes. So, I think you only have two options, and you have a half a day to figure them out, because you will not darken my building again. I am on the cusp of something great, and we leave later today. Well, thank you, Ricardo Reed, for your help. Thank you for helping us fight off those assassins. They were intruders in my home. They deserved it. Oh, well, thank you so much. We are going to make our way. We have a lot to think about. And so, with that, we are going to end the episode. These two go, and they thank him once again and jump out the window with his boots of leaping. And Ricardo Reed shakes his head a bit and then goes back to his work. So that's it for this episode. We'll see what happens next. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate you guys helping me out just by joining me on this journey. So thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.